Hey there, it's great that you want to partake in our community playbooks. Before I get into the playlist and also get you set up with your first playbook, let's talk a little bit about you and a little bit about how the community works. You're a Salesforce SME or a nonprofit who's either been struggling with automating a process within Salesforce, or you're thinking about another automation project and you're not quite sure which way to go. So there are three things that you want to know about based on our 14 years as a Salesforce partner and doing over 1,000 deployments around the world. First, what's your bias? Salesforce is all around you. Naturally, a lot of the advice that you're going to get is to go with a native deployment and native Salesforce solutions. And there's nothing wrong with that. What we're about is trying to give you some sort of balance or offset in terms of some of the information that you may be hearing within your organization in the circle of the Trailblazer community. The second thing you need to be aware of is you want to make sure that you have the level of expertise going into the scope so all the questions and deliverables are answered up front and you're not caught off guard down the road. The third thing you need to consider is conflict of interest. Now, obviously, if you're going out to a Salesforce consulting agency, they have an internal bias that we had already mentioned, but also a financial incentive to build up your different projects and increase your technical debt. With those three things in mind, let's talk about playbooks. But in order for me to best explain that, let me give a few analogies for you. The first is a super agency. If you go to an agency, you'd have the technologists, you'd have people who are testing apps, you would have business process experts, people who deal with sales processes, marketing processes, onboarding, support, finance, and the like. The other department you have is client services. And these are the folks that are basically your front line, making sure you're happy and everything's going according to plan. So really a playbook is all of those ideas rolled into one hub or one spot. The second analogy is DoorDash. So if you think about it, like a deployment is really like a meal. It's like you don't necessarily want to do all the grocery shopping. You don't want to do all the cooking. You basically just want to order up on DoorDash, have the meal delivered in about 30 minutes, stick a fork in it, and then start to enjoy. And the third analogy is Uber. In playbooks, you have an unlimited amount of directions that you could go. Everything is fully vetted. You have all the relationships harnessed within one platform or within easy reach from there. Now that we know who you are, the three things you need to think about before beginning your next automation project in Salesforce, and how the playbook system works, let's go to the next video where I'll show you how to create a new profile, how you can earn a passive income even as a playbook user, and also the other things that our community moderators do to help you get started.